You're cruising down the highway with a trunk full of Branchburg ShopRite's finest groceries. Who are you hosting later? Perhaps it's your sister's family, as the two of you are becoming closer after both having kids. Perhaps you're reconnecting with a friend you had a falling out with over what a football is. Whatever it is, you know when they arrive, your home will be filled with love. But as you signal your blinker to pass a fellow motorist, let's be sure to consider those who are also on the road, yet have nowhere to go. That's why Branchburg ShopRite has teamed up with the Adopt a Trucker Project, a non-profit organization dedicated to helping families like yours connect with the nomads who make up America's backbone. This weekend, you can change someone's life by welcoming them into your home with a well-balanced meal and a family atmosphere. An alternative to the rest stop vending machines these forgotten laborers too often rely on to nourish their tired bodies and minds. It's time we gave back, so stop by your Branchburg ShopRite today. Take a trucker home for dinner. You can't miss them. They'll be standing at the end of each checkout counter.
Okay, your total is $56.28. Would you like to adopt a trucker today?
Adopt a trucker?
Yes, he's right there. He'll help bring your groceries out, then you take him home with you for dinner.
I don't know. Can I just donate $1 or something?
I'm afraid it doesn't really work like that.
Do have a lot of groceries to carry. Yeah, sure. You know, if it's one meal, all right.
Adopt a trucker today.
From Absolutely Productions, this is Branchburg with Brendan and Cory.
Today, Branchburg enters week 2 of having a Carnival cruise ship stuck in the Branchburg River. The ongoing fiasco began after Mayor Braskin declared the river international waters, and the first cruise ship to sail down the river instantly became stuck in 2 feet of shallow water. Relations between the town and the 15-deck cruise ship were friendly at first, with residents teaming up to pass cups of orange juice to passengers. But things went south after a local fisherman accidentally cast his line into the eye of a passenger. The ship retaliated by blasting its foghorn for 72 hours straight. The townspeople then cut off all relations, and in the days that followed, people on the ship began to turn on each other. The crew staged a mutiny led by the ship's cook, which fizzled out after he took a job at Panettieri's Pizza on Route 202. After it was revealed that 70% of the children on board were stuck in the cruise ship's water slides, the Coast Guard decided to evacuate passengers, and the town bought the now-abandoned ship to repurpose into a riverboat casino. In a statement from Mayor Braskin's office, Mayor Braskin says everything is going according to plan. Her office had no further comment. This is Branchburg Public Radio.
Yeah, I know where all the high school parties are. I've my ear to the ground. I got a Facebook account with access to all the secret groups where they invite each other to ragers. I wait a few hours after the parties begin, you know, when we're all liquored up. I come in through the front door and I try to sell my maple syrup to anyone who's got money. You know, Branchburg Maple Syrup on Route 22. I'm the owner. Anyway, after I've made all the money I can, I leave and call the police on them. I mean, they're breaking the law. Look, I know this isn't ideal, but you don't know what it's like to be a small business owner. Fucking sucks! It's you know, hard. I'm $7,000 in debt because I got my ears pierced at the hospital. Of course, I could have gotten pierced cheaper at the mall, but I wanted to have my own bed and a bathroom, and I wanted to, meet a doctor, and I was hoping that maybe one of these beautiful nurses would perhaps fall in love with me. They're taking care of me. And I didn't have to get put under, sure, but I wanted to wake up a new me. A new me with 2 beautiful stud earrings. Look, you may hate what I'm doing, but at least I'm not like that army recruiter I see at the parties getting anyone who's 18 to drunkenly sign up for the army. Would you rather your kid go to Afghanistan or buy maple syrup? Yeah, so if you catch your child sneaking back in your house, breath reeking of cheap liquor, clutching a brand new bottle of the freshest maple syrup, you know where it came from. It came from me. I'm 51, 51 going on 1,000 feels like my body. That's what it would feel like in the morning when I wake up. My body's so sore, so sore. My father threw me off the roof when I was 8 years old, but I deserved it. I was a bad boy, and it did get there was a demon inside of me. He threw me off the roof. I landed on top of my head, and let's just say my spine is freaked. Bad spine.
Honey,
What?
the trucker is at the foot of our bed.
Hell?
Despite your trucker refusing your family meal and only wanting chicken nuggets, dinner was a success, and your trucker asked to stay the night. You cautiously say yes. So when he wakes you up at 2 a.m. saying he had a nightmare and wants to sleep between you and your wife, the two of you may react with some alarm. Perhaps it's worth remembering the abandoned rest stops he slept at. A handful of times he was awoken by the screams of a coyote, or by the knife point of another stranger, desperate for a few dollars to get a fix.
Come on, man, you gotta have something.
Was a nightmare if you've woken up in one. Don't send him back to your guest room to wander the dark valley of his mind alone. Let the warmth of your body give your new guest the comfort he needs.
What do you mean you brought a man home because you needed help carrying the groceries to the car?
It was the least I could do for our nation's truckers. Besides, there were a lot of groceries.
Oh, for the love of God, Jim, just use the shopping cart.
Adopt a trucker from Branchburg ShopRite today. Let him sleep in your bed.
How is not using the shopping carts environmental?
We swore off plastic bags. Do you know how long shopping carts take to decompose?
You don't dispose of shopping carts, Jim. Where would you even do that?
I don't know. That's why I've been burying them all around town.
You've been what?
That's why I always let you shop. You don't seem to mind burying them.
I don't. No one buries shopping carts, Jim.
The time and temperature is forever guarded by me! You must defeat me to acquire this LED sign's secrets! PNC Bank of Branchburg has entrusted none other than myself to guard such sensitive information. Only those who can conquer me through hand-to-hand combat will be able to handle its truth. And with that, the most valuable intel pertaining
Is that guy standing in front of the LED sign again?
Yeah, seems so. Or we can share a PNC bank account together. And you hold the true time while I protect the current temperature.
I thought we locked him in the vault.
We did, but he began eating the money, so we had to let him go.
But together, unstoppable.
Well, I guess no one really uses that sign anyway. Everyone has watches and thermometers nowadays.
Humanity. Until my last breath, it is my duty to guard them. Ah, a challenger.
Oh, shit! Oh, God! Okay, everyone, we're gonna do a lockdown. Samantha, you lock the doors. John, what are you doing?
I kept this jar of marbles under my desk for this very moment! Let's see the gunman try and get us now!
John, no one's downstairs yet! Nobody moved. There's broken glass and marbles. Wait a minute. The gunman's just getting in his truck. It looks like he's driving away. Okay. I guess we should just call the police. Maybe an ambulance. Oh, shit. Our guy's moving. Wait, what's he doing with that rock?
If I can't protect the time and temperature, it must be destroyed!
Hey! What are you doing with that rock? No! Not the sign! The Branchburg police announces the arrest of Jonathan Henry, also known as Branchburg's Johnny Appleseed. Henry, age 53, earned his Johnny Appleseed nickname because he was known for whipping apple cores at children. He is being held without bail. What the heck?
When your trucker has taken your credit card to purchase yet another hot tub, you may feel a sense of betrayal. You've sacrificed a lot for this man over these past 6 months. You've been eating chicken nuggets for as long as you can remember. Your trucker now sleeps in your bed, while you sleep on the couch. Your wife has left, having lost sight of the need to help America's forgotten laborers. When he tries to explain this hot tub is hotter than the last one he bought, remember the treks he's made through the Alaskan tundra, delivering 8 tons of aluminum in negative 20-degree weather to keep our nation's automobile industry running.
No, absolutely not.
And when he says he's inviting over a group of friends called the Route 6 Hot Tub Gang for the 8th night in a row, Ask yourself if you've ever had to drive an 18-wheeler with only 7 feet of visibility like they've had. The blizzard's winds creep onto their fingers through their broken air conditioning units, yet their semis still need to be steered. It's then you ask yourself, could any hot tub temperature warm the Route 6 hot tub gang when the coldness of the open road remains in their souls?
I just don't understand why they each need a hot tub.
Adopt a trucker from Branchburg ShopRite today. Let them use your credit card.
I woke up one day thinking I needed to make something of my life, so I drove down to the Army recruiting station on Main Street. The Army said they had a very important job for me, and that is how I got my position as a recruiter. My job as a recruiter is simple. Make sure everyone in Branchburg over the age of 17 joins the Army. Typically, the Army prefers its recruiters to have served, but they had just fired their old recruiter for secretly recruiting people into the Navy, and they were desperate for someone to fill his place. Sometimes luck is just on your side. I have a very important job now. One could make the argument that recruiter is a far more important part of the Army than the actual soldiers. After all, there wouldn't be any soldiers without someone convincing them to join, would there? Mostly, my days involve hanging around Branchburg High School, doing fieldwork. Much as soldiers on the battlefield have their primary targets, I do as well. High schoolers. Sometimes I'll get a teacher who had a rough day to sign up, but it's really the students you want. They are the perfect age for war. I spend my days leaning up against the flagpole, waiting for the kids to come outside. Of course, every recruiter's white whale is the high school quarterback. Can you imagine how good the U.S. Army would be if it were made up of nothing but high school quarterbacks? But they're never interested. No, what you actually want to look for are the kids who are clearly looking for purpose in their lives, the type of kid who is walking by themselves and kicking a rock. I walk up to them and let them know the Army can give them a better life, that the battlefield is an excellent way to discover who you are, that there is nothing potential employers love more than the Medal of Honor. 2 out of every 100 times, they're interested. Most of the kids at the high school know me by now. In fact, the other day some of them invited me to a party. I'm not stupid, I'm sure they mostly thought it would be funny to have me there. They probably just wanted to get me to do a popular dance and film me not doing it very well and then put it online where 1 million people see it and write comments like, "We're gonna lose World War III." But I tried to make the best of the situation and get a few kids to join the Army. I was making some progress, got some verbal commitments, but then the cops came and busted everything just as I was about to get Jake Stokel to sign on the dotted line. He's a varsity wrestler. I tried to tell the cops that it's okay, I'm with the military, and perhaps the cops and military should collaborate one day, but they just gave me an underage drinking citation. I don't know why, I wasn't even drinking, and I'm 25. Being an Army recruiter has its ups and downs, just like any job. My worst moment was when I accidentally got a 9-year-old to join. That's against protocol. But for the most part, I love what I do. It's an honor to help the U.S. Army defeat whoever it is we're currently fighting. I'm no war hero, but many people believe I am. Perhaps it's because I tell them I went to war, in order to make potential recruits believe I know what I'm talking about. It's easier than you would think to make someone believe you are a war hero. I just make up stories where I save my fellow soldiers' lives. I walk with a limp. I say I'm the only troop ever to do a backflip on the battlefield. I say the Iraqis call me Professor Frankenstein, and that I'm the subject of several Afghani pop songs. And I pretend I have PTSD by leaving a thermometer under a lamp and telling people I have a fever from what I saw. Some might call this stolen valor, but I'm pretty sure that I technically am in the Army, so I think it's really more of a gray area. People nowadays don't have too much time for gray areas, so I'll be okay. Perhaps best of all has been how happy this has made my parents. They're thrilled that their son is serving their country. There was a period of time where they were concerned about where I was going in life, but now they see me come home every day in my uniform, and they smile. I wish that everyone could experience the feeling of having their parents smile. My father sometimes offers to enlist to help my numbers, but I tell him it's not necessary. I need to earn every recruit myself. I hope I can do this for the rest of my life. In fact, I think my recruiting ability will only get better with age. I think kids will feel bad for me, and I will use that to my advantage. Sometimes I hear about drone warfare and the ongoing replacement of actual soldiers on the battlefield, but I don't get nervous. I have no problem with recruiting a robot. That might even be easier than recruiting a human. Robots are very loyal, at least the ones I've encountered. But perhaps all that talk is science fiction. Regardless, there is one thing I am certain of. There will always be war. I wonder if I'll be buried in Arlington.
It's been 2 years since you brought your trucker home for dinner. Your house burnt down after one of his friends tried fiddling with the boiler to increase the hot tub heat. To help you stay afloat, your trucker got you a job transporting copper along America's highways. Sadly, he has long since died, making one final delivery to the pearly gates after choking on a chicken nugget. On top of this, you had a falling out with the Route 6 hot tub gang after misplacing their bathing suits, and now have no one to call family. In need of a well-balanced meal and a family atmosphere, you walk into your Branchburg ShopRite and stand at the end of a checkout counter.
Hello, would you like help with your groceries?
Adopt a trucker today. Take one home for dinner.
Hello, would you like help with your groceries?
Thanks for listening. Please subscribe to This is Branchburg with Brendan and Cory. They'll be glad you did.